When did you discover an IT security chief who thought Comic Sans passwords were impossible to hack? I'm a cybersecurity auditor, and recently I was called in to do a routine security check at a medical records company when their head of IT security greeted me by immediately asking if I'd brought any cookies. We run a cookie-free facility for maximum digital protection, and I can smell chocolate chips from 3 rooms away. This man had been protecting millions of people's medical records for 3 years, and his assistant was nodding along while he explained that Oreos were the most dangerous because they're sandwich cookies, which cause data to get sandwiched between hackers. And I realized I was about to witness something historically stupid. Show me your security protocols immediately. The security chief practically glowed with pride and called over his senior technician who'd been implementing these systems for 2 years, and my blood pressure started rising the moment this tech led me to the server room and pointed to a printed picture of flames taped to the wall behind our main servers. This is our primary firewall, and yes, the size of the flames corresponds to the protection level. We actually upgraded from a candle picture last year because that was only stopping basic threats. My jaw dropped, but he kept going and pulled up a document written entirely in Comic Sans font. Every password in this building must be typed in Comic Sans because hackers trained on Times New Roman can't decode joke fonts, and for administrator access we use Wingdings, which has never been cracked in the history of cybercrime. The security chief interrupted to add, serious crimes require serious fonts, so silly fonts are kryptonite to cybercriminals. We changed to Papyrus on Fridays for extra confusion. The tech opened a weather app on his monitor and explained they schedule all backups for sunny days because data travels through actual clouds and rain corrupts files, and I started recording this conversation on my phone because nobody would believe this. Last Tuesday we lost 3 files in a thunderstorm before we could close the upload window. He showed me their backup calendar with little sun and cloud symbols marking which days were safe for data transfer. Our cookie protection protocol eliminated tracking completely. He pointed to a sign with photos of banned snacks including chocolate chips because the chips interfere with computer chips and snickerdoodles because they make the system snicker, which creates vulnerabilities. But wait until you see our spam solution. The tech opened a filing cabinet full of confiscated lunch items and explained they run the entire office in vegetarian mode because spam is meat and canned meat products attract spam emails through the smell that travels through Wi-Fi signals. Spam dropped 90% after we banned ham sandwiches, and turkey makes the servers sluggish. The security chief added, we also monitor for fish because of phishing, but that's advanced stuff that even Microsoft doesn't know about because I haven't published my research yet. My hands were shaking as the tech pulled out a collection of wooden sticks from a drawer and demonstrated their penetration testing by gently poking a server with an oak stick while the server made a beeping sound. Oak for main servers because it's the strongest wood, and pine for workstations. You have to poke them in the right spot or the test doesn't count. He explained that penetration testing means literally testing if anything can penetrate their defenses, and they do this daily while checking Ethernet cables for tiny hacker footprints. Last week we found suspicious dust near a cable and immediately replaced it because dust means someone was there. The chief showed me a magnifying glass they use to inspect the cables every morning before anyone can use the internet. We've also started putting baby powder around the servers to track footprints like they do in spy movies. The tech pulled out a logbook where they document every strange sound the computers make because unusual beeps could be hackers trying to communicate. Tuesday at 3 p.m. server 2 made a clicking sound, so we unplugged it for an hour to break the connection. The security chief pulled me aside and whispered, between you and me, we've developed something even more advanced where we're training the servers to recognize the smell of hackers, but that's still in beta testing and requires special aromatherapy diffusers. I stopped the demonstration and asked point blank if they had any actual security software or if this entire operation was some kind of federal crime waiting to happen. Did you personally develop all these methods? The security chief pulled out a diploma from the Universal Institute of Computer Stuff that was clearly printed on regular paper and several certificates from online IQ tests. I graduated top of my class, and these methods are so sophisticated that we haven't had a single breach in 3 years because hackers literally cannot comprehend our defensive matrix. I immediately called my supervisor while the security chief kept insisting that their methods were unhackable. Within an hour, we had an emergency response team shutting down the entire system because this company had been operating with absolutely zero real security while handling medical records for 12 million people. The security chief was escorted out screaming, when hackers crawl through your cables tonight, you'll beg me to come back with my sticks and my fire picture. The real security team discovered that legitimate hackers had been actively avoiding the company for 2 years because they thought the bizarre traffic patterns and insane configurations were an FBI honeypot operation. One hacker had posted, nobody is this stupid, so it's obviously a federal trap, and the tech asked me if they should at least keep the fire picture just in case.